Get this. In just 1 month, India kicked off a tech coalition to rival China, rolled out zero-commission taxis, and snagged a world championship. It was a busy one. This is your rapid-fire review of the key moments that really defined India in February 2026. So, let's dive right in.
So you have to ask yourself, what really defines a nation's progress in just 30 short days? Well, in February, the answer wasn't just one single thing. Nope, it was this incredible whirlwind of achievements. We saw a full-blown AI revolution really starting to take hold. Zero-commission taxis hitting the streets, which is a huge deal for drivers. And of course, World Cup glory on the global stage. It was just a month absolutely packed with defining moments,
All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to kick things off with that massive boom in tech and AI. Then we'll see how new government schemes are aiming to change people's lives. After that, we'll look at some huge nation-building projects, see what's happening in the States, and check out India's global defense strategy before wrapping up with a celebration of this month's champions. Okay, first up, tech and AI. And honestly, this was without a doubt the dominant story of the month. It really felt like we were watching India take a massive leap straight into the future.
And I'm not exaggerating when I say this. February was all about artificial intelligence. It wasn't just some buzzword floating around. It was the real engine driving everything from major policy decisions to healthcare and even finance.
And this push was coming from every direction. You had the India AI Impact Summit in New Delhi setting the national agenda. In healthcare, we saw two brand new AI-driven initiatives, Sahi and Bode, plus a new partnership with France. On the infrastructure side of things, L&T announced it's building a new AI data center. And to put the fuel in the tank, the State Bank of India launched a new fund called Chakra, specifically to back sunrise sectors like, you guessed it, AI. Now this is where it gets really interesting. The Pact to Silica Coalition. It's this huge strategic alliance with the USA aimed at shaking up the tech supply chains. But the key takeaway here isn't just about geopolitics. It's about a massive injection of 20,000 brand new GPUs to build up India's own sovereign computing power. I mean, that is a total game changer for the country's AI ambitions.
But it wasn't all just about high tech. All that progress was actually matched by some new schemes with really big ambitions, shifting the focus to high-impact governance that you can really feel.
A really big one that made headlines was the PM Rahat scheme. It provides up to 1.5 lakh rupees in cashless treatment for road accident victims. This is such a critical safety net, designed to make sure that immediate medical help is there right when it matters most. And then, boom, a major shakeup in the ride-hailing world. The new Bharat taxi platform launched with a 0% commission model. That means drivers get to keep 100% of the fare. It's a really bold move, designed to take on the giants like Ola and Uber directly. And if you want to talk about ambition, look no further than this. The Lakhpati Didi scheme, which helps women entrepreneurs, didn't just meet its original goal of 3 crore ahead of schedule, it has now doubled its target to empower a staggering 6 crore women by 2029. That's just a massive, massive push for economic empowerment. All right, let's switch gears and talk about building the nation. And I mean that literally. This part is all about the foundational projects that mark some really significant milestones for India's engineering and environmental skills. And in February, the country saw a true engineering first, a project of a kind that has never, ever been done in India before.
India's first ever underwater twin-tube tunnel got the green light. So, what makes this so unique? Well, for one, it's a combined road and rail tunnel, and it's going to be built under the mighty Brahmaputra River in Assam. This project, connecting Gopur and Numaligarh, is just a monumental step forward for connectivity in the Northeast.
Now let's do a rapid-fire round and take a quick look at some of the amazing regional innovation happening with action in the States. This is where we get to see how all that national progress is actually playing out on the ground. The real story here is just the sheer diversity of what's happening. In Bihar, you've got Unaforti grain ATMs that are digitizing the food distribution system. How cool is that? Meanwhile, in Kerala, a proposal to officially change the state's name to Keralam got approved, which is a big nod to cultural heritage. Uttar Pradesh announced India's first cow culture museum. And in a truly historic sporting moment, Jammu and Kashmir won its first ever Ranji Trophy in cricket. Just incredible. Okay, let's zoom out now and look at the bigger picture. The global stage and defense. This month, there was a really clear emphasis on strengthening strategic partnerships and making sure the nation's security is rock solid, especially through joint military exercises. You could really see the strategy in action with 3 major joint exercises happening. There was Kunjar with Kyrgyzstan Special Forces, Dharma Guardian with Japan, and Vajra Prahar with the US. Each of these drills, happening in a different part of the country, just goes to show how India is deepening its military cooperation with key strategic allies around the world.
And let's end on a high note, shall we? A month of champions. Because February was absolutely filled with victories in sports and the arts that brought a whole lot of pride to the nation.
On the cricket pitch, the Indian under-19 team made history, winning a record 6th World Cup title and just cementing their dominance, as you can see from this chart. But the accolades didn't stop there. The month also saw Indian artist Rubal Nagi win the Global Best Teacher Award, and the Manipuri film Boong took home a BAFTA. I mean, what a triumphant month across the board. So, from incredible AI integration and disruptive new schemes to groundbreaking infrastructure and global awards, February 2026 was a month of just relentless momentum. And it really leaves you with one big question. With the foundations for technological and social progress being laid this fast, what story is India going to write next?